Recreation meeting, and it is 7 o'clock, 7:01, and we're going to start our meeting with who we have in attendance, which is myself, Brother Dominic, Edith, and Lisa, Sister Lisa. So, and our gracious Harriet will be recording the minutes. Okay, so is there, we want to start off with making sure that we are okay with the June meeting minutes. I don't have them in front of me, but if whatever we did in June, we just want to be able to vote on whether or not we agree to accept those minutes.
I vote to accept.
I second it.
Okay, thank you so very much. And that is Edith.
And Dominic. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move on to strategizing through COVID-19, which we really wanted to just get back to the business at hand that we had started out doing. We wanted to go visit other parks and try to just look at the conditions of everything. But since COVID, you're told to stay in, you're told to not go out, and you still want to try to do things. And I see other people doing things, but I don't know how and what we're going to do if we want to start going back out and venturing out to different parks to check and see the conditions. If
We
anybody
have a
has
big
any
problem
take on
with that, Pat. Pat, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, babe.
The big problem is the person that I'm under the impression that we were going to get the money from the city council, is having a great deal of problems on his own. So,
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Wait.
In other words, you're putting the cart before the horse. I mean, I was under the impression we'd be able to get some sponsoring from the city councilman in that area, which is Mr. King, if I'm not correct.
You're right.
Yes,
And
but
he
what I was
was
referring to, what I was
yeah, but
referring
yeah,
to
and
is
I
the park
understand what you're
department.
saying, but he was just
Oh.
sanctioned, and I don't think you're going to see any cash from him anytime soon.
Well, there's
Right.
going to be an election before Christmas.
Okay. At least we just have to be patient for his particular area, for his particular position, because we need to get someone to replace that, that spot.
Pat,
And,
can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the commissioner said she cannot give us a bus because of this COVID business. So it's going to be very hard for us to get around.
Okay, so
And
at least,
secondly, it's very dangerous for all of us to pack ourselves into a bus when they're telling you no crowds.
but it wouldn't be a lot of people in the bus, whoever needed to get in the bus that doesn't have transportation. And then I know I would be able to, follow if I had my car, and then I would have been able to take somebody in my car.
Right.
Which we would still be, separate or behind each other or whatever. But
Okay.
I understand all of that, and this is why I'm in a dilemma, because I want to make sure that we still can do some things that, as a unit, as a team. But what can we do? That's
think
what
our
I
hands-
want to know.
I think our hands are really tied. Other than getting a hold of somebody from the Parks Department to clean up our parks, both Bronx Park East, Allerton Avenue, and Pelham Parkway South, there's not much more we can do now.
Okay.
And a lot of the playgrounds in themselves, could use a little sprucing up also.
Right.
I mean, I know the Department of Parks, they're really down on the amount of people that they have working, between layoffs and coronavirus and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're really working with a sparse crew.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a skeleton crew, what we were calling construction. So we could just ask Iris to do the best that she can,
Right.
what she has. But the thing is now that Orchard Beach and the pools are closed. that maybe she could have some of these PEP officers go
Mhm.
around in the parks, and instead of, giving her a hard time, with having people come to clean it up, maybe the PEP officers can prevent people from making them look like they're a mess and dumping.
Exactly.
Yes.
See, I know for a fact that Mark Jonai has cleanup committees on the weekends. He did Pelham Parkway South a few weeks ago, and he's doing Pelham Bay Park. He does Throgs Neck, but unfortunately, the slobs that use our parks don't care. They just throw anything in their hands on the ground, and it makes it look even worse than it is.
And it's not only that. Over here, people, we have parking back in, and people just opening up their trunks or the back of their vans and just, dumping furniture and garbage. And
Right.
I'm talking like bags of garbage. And
Mhm.
some of these people, I guess, maybe have a store or something like that. And I'm just guessing at that, because they're throwing the stuff is all recycled. Cardboard is in one kind of thing, cans and bottles are in another. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to pay for private sanitation.
Right.
So they
The
just
other,
come over here and they dump it. I mean,
You're right.
I asked her to put up a camera like what they use for hunting. In other
right.
words, that they tack it onto a tree or something like that, and it's a motion detector. And when somebody's actually walking in, it starts snapping pictures. Maybe you get a hold of somebody like that. I mean, we tried to use the cameras from my building over here. It was
Mhm.
able to pick up the make and the model of the van, but it wasn't able to pick up a license plate because it was too far away.
You see, a lot
Okay.
of the problem also is sanitation says it's park and park says it's sanitation. I think we would be wise. We got a hold of the head of the sanitation to find out, to clarify where are the borderlines. And
Well,
why?
my thing is that when during the summertime, when they were having some, when they had channel 12 and whatever TV station that was out there, and not with you, Don, but one of the other young ladies that's supposed to be a community board 11 member, she was expecting the parks department to bring out all these bags and to to do the cleanup or to provide whatever they claim they need to provide, which you are an adult and when you're coming out there to picnic what you should bring in order to help your environment. And
Exactly.
they're blaming the parks department, but then who are they? They're grown individuals. Why can't you look at your area and figure out what you need to do? No one should have to tell you to clean up behind yourself
You see,
and not dump the coal by the tree and douse it and then just shovel it up and pick it up and put it in something that you can disperse it with. But
Yeah,
they
but
they, they don't think.
the
these
problem
people
with that,
don't.
Pat, is that a majority of the people that come here and use the park are not people that live in the neighborhood. In
Right.
other words, when you see actually neighborhood people, people who live on this block or like a block in or 2 blocks in, and they come over here and they do whatever they have to do. I mean, they police themselves. They clean up after themselves. They
Yes.
tie up the garbage, and they leave it in the front where the trash cans are, or if it's too
Uh-huh.
big, they'll tie it up and leave it in, black bags, for actual garbage.
Mhm.
Uh, some cans in like they've been using the white, hefty bags, for
Mhm.
stuff like that, for the smaller stuff. But you get the people who are just totally out of the neighborhood. I
They
mean, they
don't
come
care.
in with these big vans. They actually drive into the park
Mm.
and leave the vans there. And the day that I was there with the reporter, a couple of PEP officers came by, and they just passed by while these people were barbecuing with open flames. And the
Mhm.
reporter asked them, she said, you're barbecuing over here and it's illegal. And basically what the guy's response was, well, police officer just came by. He didn't come over here and tell me anything. So I guess I'm
Right.
not
I
doing
heard
anything
that.
wrong.
Yes. I heard that. Yes. That's what I'm referring to. So either Parks has to, put a little more, a couple of more dollars in some signs and let them know and point it out to them. It has to be big enough for them to see and read, so that bring your own brown paper bags, or bring your own bags that you're gonna put your garbage in. Whether or not it's recycling, you can bring the clear bags, you can bring the black bags, whichever you know how to recycle. But so many people don't recycle. This is why they have this problem. No, that's why we have this problem.
I understand, but the point is, it's not the bags and stuff like that. And, it's not the signage, because the signage is up.
Right.
The problem is that there's no penalty that these people are paying for not
Yes.
observing it. I mean, if
Yes.
they give out a couple of summonses,
Yes.
$25, $50, then the next one's 100, and then, it just keeps on going up like the pooper scooper law.
Dominic,
mean-
there's no one to do that. There's no one to enforce it. And then when the police are there, the park police, they don't do anything. They walk right by.
I understand
Yeah.
that, but
That's
they
the
should,
problem.
what do you call it, enforce the law.
That's
And
right.
they would only have to do it a couple of times,
A word
and-
gets around.
and people will get the idea that, listen, if I make a mess
Mhm.
of the place and I don't clean up after myself, I'm gonna
Yes.
get a summons.
Yes.
I'll give you a little example if I may take a minute. There were people in my building that made their little girl a year birthday party 2 weeks ago at the park over here. And I was downstairs and they bring home black bags. I said, what did you bring home? He says, the garbage. So they brought it home to put into my garbage.
What?
Right,
They
and
didn't want-
what do
but
they
it
do?
was
They,
good.
these,
But it was
these
good.
people, what? They live 2 or 3 blocks from the park.
Exactly.
I mean,
They
they're
didn't want-
residents.
I think it's wonderful. They didn't want to leave it in the park. So
Oh,
if
okay, I understand what you're saying. And because
everybody did,
but they put it out there the time that it was supposed to be put out, so that
Yes,
the
yes.
sanitation can come and pick it up.
yes, but it
Awesome.
was great because these people care. Like Dominic says, they live in the area, so they care about the area.
Well, hopefully we can give them some kind of like a little certificate for doing that, and
I give them
make a
plenty.
big
It's
thing
okay.
make a big thing out of it, and
Mhm.
during the summer, and let people see that this is what we're looking for others to do in the community, even if you come from way across the bay there. Just come over, enjoy the place, and then clean up behind yourself and put it where it belongs. It's just like reteaching them. It's just like you're going to kindergarten. You got to
That's
teach them
fine.
again. It's crazy, but it's what it is.
And it's not that
You
the
know?
signs are not there. Matt put a lot of signs up. They don't bother to read them.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, what can we do during the upcoming summer? What can we do to
I
help
think-
them, help the Parks Department?
I think we have plenty of time to worry about the upcoming summer.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just saying, well, because I know if I have to, I can start coming through during the summer and just checking in and just having, giving the Pelham Parkway a support system, because we don't have that problem over by me. But I
Right.
can come and assist and be supportive of your area, that area, and our area, in order for us to be able to make sure that people are learning how to, really do what's necessary to keep it clean.
Well, hopefully this virus will be gone by then and we can all take a good part in keeping everything with the right way.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't know if you're hearing feedback when people talk, but I know I definitely am. So I think it might be a good idea if we all mute ourselves and then just unmute yourself when you're getting ready to talk.
Yeah, that's what I think then.
Okay, so now, if we are finished with the strategies through COVID-19, we can go on to old business. Anybody for old business? Okay, so now I'm going to speak on old business because I did reach out to Al when we were at the 49th precinct, and I'm still waiting for the letter to get funding from my elected officials. So I know that's in the making, but I just wanted to throw that in there, and then we can move on, because that's the only other thing that's old business for me.
Okay, well, I spoke to Jeremy. Jeremy is working on it. So you should have it
Okay.
shortly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Excuse me, Pat, what elected
sir.
official are you looking for funding from? Wasn't it King?
Senator, not just King, Senator Jamal Bailey, Carl Hasties. I know I can't go outside of my district, but I would have went to Mark Jonine as well, because I know he supports a lot of different things, but because he's not in my jurisdiction,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who else I can go to.
Why don't you try
Now
Biaggi?
Huh?
Biaggi, I think,
Senator-
is in your district.
Okay.
Yeah, she may give a helping hand if you can find her.
Okay, honey. So you can, I guess, if you can, Harriet, we could, add that name onto, the list that, Jeremy is putting together, if you don't
Yes.
mind.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so, if that's done, now we're gonna go into new business.
Okay, Pat, I have
Yes.
something I'd like to enlighten everybody. It has nothing to do with the parks, but I am very concerned about the Pelham Parkway area, and I think everybody should be. 2134 Bonds Avenue. That's the big new building on Lydic that's been empty for years.
2134 Lydic
Bonds Avenue.
Boggs area,
or
yeah.
Barnes?
It is
Barnes,
becoming a halfway house.
okay,
Starting in about 2 weeks, it will be for LBJ people only, 25 and over. They can stay for 30 days and then they have to move on. They're going to try to give them training and find them apartments and jobs. I can't see how they'll do that in 30 days, but that's what we heard.
okay,
I am concerned because of the school. I'm happy that it's going to be that kind of a halfway house, you know, and not
Yeah.
a methadone clinic or whatever, but I would like to make the public aware of what's going on.
thank you. Okay, Dominic, do you have anything to say for that?
No, I wasn't aware of it. I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, well, not many people. Natalia made the announcement last week at the precinct council meeting.
Anything, Lisa? You have any comments on that?
I do not. I have something new that I want to bring up, but I don't have any comments on that.
Okay, all
Keep
right,
going
so
about it.
All right, so thank you, Edith, for bringing that to our attention. At least I know I can, go by there as well. Since I drive, I can go by there and check and see what's going on
Right.
on several days when it's nice. And then just check it out and see what's going on and give you some feedback on that as well.
Yeah, well, I walk down. It's only 2 blocks from here. It's okay.
It's only 2.
2 blocks from me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweetie. Okay, baby, got you. All right, thank you. All right, Lisa?
So I wanted to bringing this issue up on behalf of my father, who also lives in the district, but he begged me to bring this up at the community board. So apparently he and some of his older friends, he's retired now, they used to have a spot over in Orchard Beach. Well, really Pelham Bay Park, not really the beach, but going towards the beach in the area, and you guys probably know this a little better than me, but the area where it's like a small parking lot, and then if you keep going, I think it goes into the police firing range.
Okay.
So there was like a little picnic area where where he and some of his other friends used to just hang out and play dominoes and just hang out. And he said that that whole area has been closed off to them, and now the only way that they can that was kind of like their little area. They said they weren't loud, they didn't litter or anything. So he just wanted to know if I could find out why that area might have been closed off to the public as opposed to any other areas of the park.
All
They
right,
liked that
Lisa.
area because there were no kids. It was just quiet. It was just kind of them in their spot.
Lisa, if I were you, I'd contact Mark Jonine.
Okay.
He would give you the information or find out for you what's going on.
Okay.
Lisa,
Yeah.
I was under the impression that off of that circle that goes into Rodman's Neck, as soon as you exit the circle, I thought it was NYPD or law enforcement only.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm sorry, I don't have the full information, but I just know that He said that they were able to hang out there for a while, and then suddenly they closed it down with all these barricades.
You could
Okay,
also call the
in the
ca-
meantime, go to Orchard Beach on a regular basis. And
Mhm.
if they decide that they want to go to Orchard Beach now, there is no parking fee.
Mhm.
There are
Okay.
benches. There are barbecue pits. I mean, what I see people doing over there now, uh, they're out there playing music.
Mhm.
I mean, physically playing music, like with bongos and
Right. Right. Mhm.
instruments. People are putting little tables out, like what they do at football games.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They
Uh-huh.
call it tailgating.
Yeah.
Only they're not eating. What they're doing is some guys are playing cards. Some people are playing dominoes.
Yep.
Some people are just sitting down in like a circle, and they're staying. Believe it or not, nobody's up on top of one another. They got their
Right.
beach
Right.
chairs out, and they're sitting 5 or 6 feet apart in a big round circle with their cars surrounding them, so that they're protected, I guess, from the whatever it is.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are there on a regular basis,
And no
especially on nice days. And
Mhm.
it's not by the beach area. It's closer to the, I'd say, northwest corner of the parking lot. If you
Mhm.
if you're
Yeah.
good with directions.
Yeah. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
In
I
other
think
words,
that's where.
as soon as you go in,
Uh-huh.
you don't go in through the entrance. You go in through the exit. They have
Uh-huh.
it coned off. In
Okay.
other words, they split the exit in half, where the right hand side is going into the park, the left hand side is coming out,
Mhm.
and there's really not a lot of traffic going in and out at one time.
Got
And what
it.
people are doing is that they're parking directly in that lane closest to the grassy area. Some people are even hanging out on the grassy area that faces the road.
Okay.
Faces that little bay where they do the boat races. Where the
Got it.
college kids go in and do I don't know what they call it, rowing or whatever,
Yeah. The crew. Call it crew.
crowing or whatever it
Yep.
is. And it's close enough. I think they might have one public bathroom open. If you're going to get there, you're going to go by car. So you just get your car, you
Right.
drive to the other end of the parking lot, and
And
walk to
go.
the bathroom.
Mhm.
That's great. I'll let him know because I know that the main reason they were upset was because that like that area was free and then like this happened during the summer and so they were like, why do we have to pay to go into the beach if all we want to do is just kind of sit down and play dominoes or sit down and play cards? So
Well,
I will mention that to him.
what
One
Dominic
other
is
thing, can I ask
free.
you? Can I ask you a personal question? Is
Okay.
anybody in that crew over 65?
They're all over 65.
Okay, so if they go Monday to Friday, the parking fee is cut from $8, I think, to $5
Okay.
for senior citizens. You have to go in on the left-hand side, even though for me, I think that $5 is being ripped off, considering that it's a public beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the swimming and
Mhm.
everything is free. It's
Right,
just a
right.
deal that the city cut with who's ever maintaining the parking lot.
Yeah,
Right,
but
right.
Dominic, after May 31st or whenever, isn't it free? No, after Labor Day, isn't it free?
No, the
Right.
weekend, the Monday after Labor Day is free.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So right now they can go for nothing.
They can go
Right.
for nothing now, but
Right.
they extend it to a week after Labor Day. In other words, if Labor Day is, say Labor Day is the 5th,
Right.
first free day would be the 12th. Because
Okay.
the whole
But now,
next week, that they charge, they were about to
right.
charge.
But now
Got it.
it's free. Enjoy.
Okay. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I see that Debbie came in. Hi, Deb. Hello?
Debbie?
Oh, she's just texting, so she's not on.
Okay,
She's
because
not.
I made her a panelist.
Okay, gotcha. All right, we'll do. Okay, so I'm just reaching out to Debbie because we've been talking about old business and now we're in the new business, so we would just want to know whether or not she has anything to add on to what she's heard so far. I don't see anything in chat. Okay, so,
If she's in, she has a chat. You see her chat, Pat?
I don't see any chat, babe. Let me see.
Okay. She says there are 3 bathrooms are open. It was closed due to the stuff going with riots and NYPD. All I heard was about was Orchard. I have no idea.
Mm-mm.
I guess she means there's 3 bathrooms open at Orchard Beach.
Okay, 3 bathrooms.
Those 3 bathrooms are open now. They were closed during the summer with all the riots.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, all righty. Well, I think this was a very productive meeting. I know it's only 7:27,
I moved that we close.
and Edith says we move that it's closed. Who's gonna second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all righty.
All right, please, everybody, stay well, stay healthy.
Oh, you
Edith, I
too.
didn't get a
Everybody
chance.
stay well.
Edith, I didn't get a chance before. You
Is
stay
anybody-
safe, you stay well, and have a good time at the wedding.
I'm gonna,
Everybody else, stay
Beautiful.
safe. Be
good.
careful.
Dominic, I'm gonna have a drink with a mask.
Get
I
us-
want to see
well,
that. I want to see that.
I'm gonna make
Wait a minute,
hole.
hold on.
No, I'm gonna make
Somebody-
a hole so I can put a straw through it.
I know, that's right. Somebody was just putting something up, who's a panelist, I'm not sure.
Debbie says Rodman's neck is closed due to
Oh.
the riots.
Oh, okay.
She was complaining about no public input. I am not public. Robert, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank
That's
everyone so
press.
much for being so supportive for our Parks and Recreation Committee meeting. Everyone have a blessed night and stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
All right,
Okay.
take care. Sign
Take care.
off.
Everybody.
Pat, I'm going to end the recording.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Night.
night.
Good night.